about in the tarot, I wanted to say thank you to all of my old subscribers for continuing to support my channel. And if you're a new subscriber, I would like to welcome you, and I hope you enjoy these readings. These are going to be general love readings and will not resonate with everyone. For the most accurate reading with the most accurate outcome, I always recommend coming and getting a private reading. Also, you can, if you don't resonate with your sun sign, check your moon and or rising sign. Some will even check their Venus sign, which is, I think, in the 7th house. Some strategies there. But usually what I recommend doing is, if you normally resonate with your sun sign, just watch your sun sign. So don't make things complicated for yourself in that respect. If you'd like to book a private reading, you can do that. I have a scheduler that is open to anyone who would like to book a reading. It's very simple to use. Drop open the description below this video. There'll be a link there. It'll say book a reading. Click on that link. That'll take you to my scheduler. And there you can choose from a variety of products and services that I offer in terms of tarot readings and so forth. You can also navigate to my homepage on YouTube, and on the right hand side in the banner area, there will be a button that says book a reading. You can also choose to click on that. Or if you're on my website, I do have a website now, there will be a page under services that says book a reading. You can either book a private reading or book a group reading. I only offer group readings in the Chicago area right now, but I'd love to do your party or your event or even a home group reading at your home. So that is an option. You can also email me for more details. Well, I hope you enjoy this reading. I hope you enjoy your love forecast this month, and many blessings. Take care. Hello there, Taurus. I hope you guys are all doing well and have had a wonderful start to your Novembers. This is going to be your love forecast for the middle of November going forward. So we're going to be looking at middle of November going forward for approximately 30 days. So probably looking at the outcome in the middle of December, because my readings do typically go for 30 days. So 1 to 3 months going forward, and we'll just say 30 days. So it is a love forecast, and I'm going to be looking at the cards for all of you Taurus suns, moons, and risings out there, and those on the cusp. Spirit, what are the love messages and energies that you have for the sign of Taurus, Taurus sun, Taurus moon, and Taurus rising, and those on the cusp? What do they need to know regarding their love lives? Singles, couples, those who are searching for love, what do they need to know? What are the messages and energies that you have, Spirit? Sometimes cards start to cooperate. Ten cards down for the Celtic Cross. Let's take a look at your cards. Chariot in reverse, crossed by the moon. What comes below you? We have the Three of Wands. What comes above you? We have the Emperor in reverse. Recent past, Seven of Cups in reverse. near future. Ace of Swords in reverse. How you see yourself. 5 of Cups. In your environment, this is how your significant other will be viewing you or dealing with you throughout the month of November. They have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Hopes and fears. 3 of Cups reversed. Outcome. 5 of Pentacles. All right, Taurus. You walk into the middle of November with the Chariot in reverse. So, some of you are feeling a little bit lost, could be experiencing car trouble. Small percentage of you are dealing with a car accident, or just the feeling of being lost or not having a direction to go in. There could be a loss of momentum. You may not realize that you do have control over your life in terms of what direction you want to go in your love life, specifically. So what I mean by that is you may feel that whoever has the reins up there has decided to put the brakes on for you, and that may kind of put you in a bit of a tailspin, or you may feel like you're not making any progress. Your challenge has to do with another major arcana, the Moon. 2 very powerful major arcana crossing each other in the center. And the Moon deals with the unknown, the shadow side of ourselves, deep emotion. It can represent a peaceful feeling, but it can also say that while you are walking down this path, though you may not see the end of the road that you're traveling on, you need to use your intuition, because not all things are going to be like they seem. There's going to be a lot going on this month that's going to require you to use your intuition, because there's going to be a lot of darkness. And things may appear differently at night than they do at the light of day. So in romantic relationships, in any kind of relationship really, close relationships, the message is that all is not what it seems. You have to look below the surface of people and of events in your life and know that it won't always be this confusing. It won't always seem this dark. Think about what it's like when you're traveling at night versus when you're traveling at day. Things do look different. They feel different. In your recent past, you have the 7 of Cups reversed. So I feel like some of you have actually literally come out of this rabbit hole on the other side, and you realize that maybe it's time to start being practical about your love life. And it could be that for some of you, you're dealing with the end of a dream. Like you were living in sort of a fantasy world, a dream world. Your head was filled with fantasy. Your head was filled with illusion. This is saying that in your recent past, you had a reality check. And I feel that for some of you, it feels as though the brakes have been put on a specific relationship, and it's really out of your control at this point. Your challenge, what's helping or hindering you, is the Moon and the energy of the Moon, which talks about monthly cycles, talks about intuition, deep emotion, understanding our shadow sides of ourselves, understanding what lies below the surface in our own conscious minds, in our own hearts, and letting that be our guide. Even though we fumble through the dark, know that you are on your path. You have the 3 of Wands. This is what puts you here. Clearly, you had your sights set on something greater. You had a future-oriented gaze. But I also see you thinking that there are better things for you out there. There were better people for you out there, better situations. But there's also a waiting game being played, is what I'm seeing. And you have to be careful with this. For some of you, while you had your back turned to the other person, you're looking out in the future and planning, making future plans, you may have been stopped in your tracks recently to deal with the fears and doubts that you're currently dealing with. So do not let those fears and doubts hold you back. You certainly have a vision of your future. I'm not quite sure what that is yet, but playing a waiting game, not a good idea. If you're waiting for someone to come back to you, if you're waiting for someone else to make the first move, I'm just seeing that could be preventing you from moving forward on your path. That would be the only thing kind of preventing you from moving forward. In your thoughts and feelings, you have the Emperor in reverse. And this energy, another major arcana, says that you may be relying more on your heart than on logic. Also, there's an issue with boundaries here. Someone's personal boundaries. Someone around you could be acting like a tyrant, because we have a little Napoleon here in this rocking chair, and he's upside down. So for some of you who are masculine, who are males watching this, be careful about, I know it's important. I think it's important that we all have a center, that we feel centered and we feel in control. And when we don't have control, when there's a loss of control, it can put our whole life, out of whack. It can feel like everything is just, who knows where this is going? There's a loss of control. It's all how you view the situation, though. If you feel out of control, if you feel like things aren't moving in the way that you want them to, if you're feeling lost and you're making these great plans and now they're not happening, need to kind of take a step back, because though we may have some bad days, it doesn't mean that our life is bad. It doesn't mean that our lives are terrible. It just means that we had a bad day and that we can get past that. Not to be like an overzealous cheerleader, but the truth is that if you're thinking and feeling out of control and like someone's just like taking over your space and your boundaries, it could be time to take back some of your personal power and put up some boundaries that are going to be working, that'll be helpful for you. Going into the near future, be wary of people lying to you and you lying to yourself. Okay, because there's a tendency here for some of you to stay in denial about something. You're going to want to, cut out people or relationships that are not for your highest good. I see that you do want to go in a new direction, but there's something preventing that. It could be that you're not really sure what the truth is anymore. It could be that you are living in denial, or you're afraid to speak your truth. Whatever the situation might be. Some of you are grieving over the loss or dwelling in a lower energy field. They have the Five of Cups here. So you're going to want to raise your energy level through exercise, through using crystals, meditation, surrounding yourself with positive people that support what you do, that are on board with you. if you're crying over spilt milk, if you're constantly walking around with your head down and feeling sorry for yourself or thinking that you lost something that can never be replaced, that's the energy that you're going to be attracting into your life. Okay. Now in your environment, you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is how your significant other may be viewing you or dealing with you. They have lost an investment or something very important to them. Maybe that's why you're upset. They feel that their long-term security is gone, that they have been exiled from some kind of family situation. Possibly this could be dealing with family members. This could be dealing with a long-term relationship. Perhaps they see that you don't want that, or that you are rejecting that idea. But this is how they're going to be viewing you or dealing with you. It could be that for some of you, a small percentage, you ended a long-term relationship and they are seeing, they're feeling and seeing that loss of security, because oftentimes the Ten of Pentacles to me represents the end of a long-term relationship or exile or family problems. That's for a small percentage of you. In your environment, just as an energy around you, be careful of people who are, there's someone around you, there's an energy around you that is speaking to a loss in investments, long-term security. So not a good time to play the stock market, not a good time to invest in bonds and securities, real estate, stuff that has, a lot of money at stake. You want to put your money in a place where you're definitely going to get either a shorter return, quicker return, or something that is very stable, like a savings or a CD or something like that. But in terms of relationships, I have something going on in your environment that indicates an end of a long-term relationship or a loss of long-term security, possibly family problems. Your hopes and fears, you have the Three of Cups in reverse. Your fear has to do with loneliness and friendship, possibly a love triangle, or people that are gossiping behind your back, just not being good friends, people that are just not really, just fake friends, don't have a lot of character, people that don't have your back, that aren't supportive of you. That's your fear. But it won't come true. It's just something that you're holding as a fear. Don't focus on that. Focus on the positive things that you have going for you. Your outcome is the Five of Pentacles. So, Taurus, this is going into the middle of December. Remember, I said my readings take 30 days to develop, at least. Some kind of poverty mindset here. Again, we're dealing with financial security or emotional security. What makes you feel secure? What makes you feel happy? There's a fly in here. Must have come in the other day. What is going to make you feel emotionally secure? What is going to create financial security and abundance in your life? What do you need to cut away and let go of so that you can speak your truth and move in this new direction? There's been a loss of control in some area of your life. It's affecting your relationships, and the challenge is to navigate in the dark now. Navigate and see things clearly, and do not get lost in the world of emotion. Do not get lost in fantasy land. Ground yourself. Yes, continue to make plans for the future, but realize that you alone are the captain of your ship moving forward. And dwelling on the past is not going to help you create that future any faster. Right? I'm prompted, and I don't do this for very many of my readings, to look at the bottom of your deck. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Some of you are going to be leaving a long-term relationship. Some of you are dealing with wanting to go off and do things your own way. But it all depends on whether your relationship is positive now or negative. And it depends on how you see things. Are your needs being met? What is it that you're willing to give? Once you clarify your beliefs in that area, then you can move forward in the right direction. Right now it feels like you don't really know what direction to move in. I'm sensing that you're feeling lost and out of control. To ground yourself and bring yourself back into that place where you feel like you have control over your life again, and that you're okay with where you are, and you know that you're going to get there. Even if it takes 100 days in the dark, you know that you're going to get there. So instead of dwelling, start picking up your head and point your body in the direction that you want to go in. Point your mind and your heart, align those things together, and start to create change. Spirit, what does Taurus need to know? Please help guide them on their high spiritual path in love and in life. Please help guide Taurus. Oh my, this has come up for the sign of Virgo twice in a row. It's come up for the sign of Cancer, and now it's coming up for the sign of Taurus. Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo or Cancer. I know that some Cancers are dealing with Virgos, and some Virgos are dealing with Tauruses, and some Tauruses are dealing with Cancers. So not quite sure who you're dealing with. You could be dealing with another water sign, or you could be dealing with a water sign. It's highly likely, very possible, or an air sign. Let's read a little bit about this card. First thing I see is with the thoughts and the conscious level, you have the Emperor in reverse. And this is all about boundaries here. Someone stepping over their boundaries, or losing or loss of boundaries. So that kind of reminded me of this card. Okay. The Metal King. Yeah, just zoom that in. The Metal King is strong and arrives to lend you his impenetrable shield of protection. No matter who sends you criticism or jealousy, Taurus, you will not be hurt. This ally also prompts you to think about setting healthy boundaries. When you do, no matter how uncomfortable that task may be, everyone will benefit. He asks you to make sure you know where you end and another begins. Others' emotions are not yours, no matter how empathetic you may be. Another of the Metal King's messages is to remind you how important it is to have a healthy sense of self-esteem. It's a good time to shine and be proud of what you have accomplished. As a challenger, be mindful of codependency and enmeshment when the Metal King comes as your challenger. He's inviting you to address how overwhelmed you may be around other people. Do you pick up their feelings like a sponge? Do you feel the need to heal them so that you feel better? Get grounded. Be clear about your own personal boundaries and restrain yourself when you feel like jumping in to help without being asked. This is also warning against forming unhealthy relationships in any area of your life. Yes, Taurus. I definitely see that in your reading. So I don't know what I can add because that message is pretty profound. Continue to have a vision of your future. Speak your truth. Grieve your losses, but don't dwell on that energy for too long. Find ways where you can reclaim your personal power, and do enter into only healthy relationships as much as you can by setting good boundaries. I guess that's all I really wanted to say. Surround yourself with people that support you and love you for just the way you are, for just who you are, because you're worth it and you deserve it. And yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of my channel. It's lovely to have you here, and if you'd like to leave me a comment, I appreciate that. I read all my comments. Feel free to like, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already. I post monthly love forecasts and general monthly readings over on Patreon. I'll leave a link below in the description if you'd like to book a private reading. November, not such a busy month, but it will be getting very busy in December as we go into the holidays. So I do suggest you book early if you're interested in getting a private reading with me, because I know all the tarot readers out there are going to be having their socks knocked off with readings. And of course, I want to accommodate as many of you as I can. So looking forward to seeing you back soon. Take care. Many blessings.